everyone, it's Rhonda here from Nelson Interior Soapery. Thanks for stopping by. If you haven't seen us before, we're a little channel that talks all about soap, bath bombs and body products and how to make them along with the recipes. So today we're going to be making a cherry coloured inspired rose bath bomb, which will be in a really nice little rose mould as well. So first of all, we're going to be starting with our lake. So the red that you can see here, the dye, is actually called a lake. So a lake is a little bit different to a dye. So all you do is we're going to literally be putting 1 tablespoon of boiling water with half a teaspoon of the cherry red dye, and we bloom it. So blooming literally means you're going to activate it and make all the color come to life. So that's exactly what we've done before. Now we've mixed all the ingredients up. I do have the recipe below, so don't worry about that. So it's all there for you to try. And you've just seen the mold that I'm just showing you, which has a rose sort of petal at the top. And then we're going to be sprinkling in some biodegradable glitter in gold. This biodegradable glitter comes from Aussie Candles in Australia. I'll leave all the links below, but you can also get it from other places such as Sud Off in Australia as well. So all I'm doing now is mixing all my mix together. It has been blended in a blender first, and then I just hand do it in this flat low-lying bowl because it's much easier to do. So all you're doing is just feeling for any lumps or bumps and then just rubbing it in your hands to make sure there is none. Because if there is, then you'll get a little thing called a wart on the side of the bath bomb, which doesn't look very pretty at all. So that's why we're doing this. So I've given it a bit of a spritz of witch hazel. Witch hazel is a plant-based product, and all it is a binder. So it's similar to water. I actually don't like using water. Doesn't work well for me. So my recipe only contains water to bloom the dyes or the lakes. So the rest of it is the plant-based, like I said, the witch hazel. So we'll get everything together and then we'll start making these really lovely little bath bombs. They're going to be a 90-gram bath bomb as well. So they're a really good size. They're not too big, not too small. They're just in the middle. So we'll get everything ready and I'll be back in just a moment. So you can see me here making the mold and putting it all together now. So all you do with these is you have 3 pieces. So you'll have the bottom, which has the texture, then you'll have the shaft, and that's where you actually put all of the dye in, and then you'll have the top piece, which helps you to press it all together. So I pressed it down on the table and now I'm just tapping it with a knife, and that helps to actually release the air pockets and helps it come out of the mold. So the top piece you can see me doing here, if you just squeeze it a little bit with your hand, it will release it easier from the mold and then it looks really lovely. So what I've done to keep its round base is, if you actually find just like a cheap little plastic bath bomb mold a size bigger, you can just sit it inside that and that will keep its round shape for you. So that's a bit of a tip because that's always the problem, is trying to keep that shape. So you'll see before I've put in this red dye, I've sprinkled in some biodegradable gold glitter, and then that will just give the glitter on the top, and it presses it in when we're doing all of the powders as well. So that way it just keeps them really nice and together. So that's the way I prefer. You can actually sprinkle it on top later, but then it goes everywhere and you kind of lose a lot of the biodegradable glitter, and it is expensive to use. So I always try and use it as sparing as I can, but also by putting it on there so that the customer gets something really, really pretty. I don't like to put the biodegradable inside the bath bomb or anything because some people don't like all that glitter that goes everywhere. But do remember, we have put Polysorbate 80, which is a bit of a degreaser, I guess you can almost say, for bath bombs. So what it does is helps to disperse all the oils, and that will also help to disperse the glitter so it doesn't stick to the side of the bath for your customers. So we'll keep going here, and we're just literally going to be making them all. I think today we've made about 55 of these rose bath bombs in total. We did them in a red, and we've also done them in a hot pink. And yeah, and the colors are really beautiful. The hot pink one that I did, that is a Sud Off one, but like I said, this cherry red is from Heirloom Australia. So, but once again, I'll leave all the links for all of them there. And if you ever want to check out our products, just pop onto our website and you'll be able to see exactly all of our bath bombs, and all of the things that we make might inspire you to do something new, or you might wish to actually buy them, and you know, of course they're for sale, so you can just step over there, and it's nelsoninteriorsoapery.com.au. so just pop over there, and there will be a link on there to the shopping cart as well, and then you can purchase however you like from there. Anyway, I'll let you watch the rest, and I'll come back with the next little bit. So we keep making them until we get to the very end, and I think roughly out of this bath bomb mixture, which is a 1500 gram bath bomb mixture, a little bit over 1500 grams, and I get about 21 out of this. So it depends on the bath bomb size and everything that you make, but you might get I'd say honestly 18 to 21 depending on what you're making, but these are a smaller ones. You can probably get 20 to 21, and if there's anything left at the end, I just do a sample one, just a half bath bomb, and we give that away for samples. So now what I've actually done here for you is just showing you how I actually record everything. So I have this sheet, and then I actually write down the batch number, the codes, the fragrance that I'm using, and all of the recipe and ingredients down below. One small part of the ticket will go onto the items that are sitting on a tray so that I know, and it will also tell me when they're cured, which means when I can actually send them out or sell the product. And then I'll have a separate page. So when I'm doing page two, which I'll flip over to that in a minute, and what that actually does is I'll draw just a little sample picture of what I've done with all of the ingredients once again and things like that. So here I'm just drawing the rose, and then I'll put an arrow on it to show that I've used biodegradable glitter, and then I'll use the codes and where I got that from. So if anyone ever has an issue or a complaint or anything with any of your products, at least then you've got all the information that you can refer back to show that you've made it the right way in a sanitary environment and following Australian law or whatever law you're following in your country. Do remember that each law is different, but by law you do need to explain the ingredients. You also need to explain where it's manufactured. So even if you're making it at home, you will need to put your home address on it. That's for Australia. So, and of course your weights and things like that on it, but do look that up. There's lots of different places you can go to get information. So now I've just shown you, last but not least, the social media pictures that we'll be using, and I'm sure that you can agree they look really beautiful once all of them are taken, and I take all my photos just with an iPhone. So yeah, you can do it. You don't need a fancy camera. Anyway, thanks for listening everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.